Grab your magnifying glasses, Wargamers, because today we're taking a brief stroll through Alternative Armies' science fiction ranges of 15mm miniatures. I've got a nice survey, not a complete collection, but I'm slowly adding to it. And I thought I'd just show you. I think I showed you in an unboxing what these guys look like, and I thought I'd go ahead and show you what they look like individually once you slap a little paint on them. So I'm not going to be able to tell you specifically which ranges each of these come from. All I can do is show you that they've got some lovely doggos. More of a German Shepherd looking guy. And as a 15mm figures, these guys, as usual, paint up quick. I think we're looking at a total for everything you see here of about 10 hours. I can paint these guys in about half an hour apiece. So let's go ahead and start with some of the fun ones. He's got a line of entertainers that look a little something like this. See, nice 1980s leotards on these gals. The menfolk are a little more shy than the ladies. We went with the my kids decided on the coloring for this gal. He's throwing the peace sign, and he doesn't have to throw the horns because he's wearing the horns. These guys are going to go on stage in the nightclub inside Tortugastra. When I saw those guys, I knew, hey, I need a musical act there. The other thing one of the things I like about Alternative Armies is they actually have like a monthly deal for you. And every month they have a new miniature that they toss in for free if you order from their Ion Age line. And at the end of the year, you can get all 12 of them. And they're the kind of figures like this guy, like Santabot, who I don't even know what I'm going to do with this guy, but he's great. Maybe in December I'll do a battle. You've got some Halloween guys, little Smash Pumpkin. He's got, skull-headed guy. He just looks like a great kind of science fiction Dark Lord. He's the kind of guy you'd expect to see piling a giant rock and busting up weddings who can only be killed with a 5-pointed glaive. Probably his wife here, little Miss Witchy Woman. She's got a cannon broomstick / boomstick, so some Halloween themes. And then of course we're going to be selling food stuff inside Tortugastra, so the Happy Burger Bot is more than happy to bring some burgers to you, and Vendobot will provide whatever beverages you want. If you don't want to sit down for a full meal, you can always go with something quick and easy and delivered straight to your mouth. What else we got here? We got some 3 sluggy looking boys. I just painted them up a simple green. They look almost like Simpsons style aliens there, and I figured they're 3 brothers, so we'll just go ahead and give them the same coloring scheme. Something familiar about these guys. Can't quite put my finger on it. Maybe they could fill in for like a Dralicite if you're playing Star Frontiers. We'll put those guys away, and then we have a nice host of alien civilians. Here's a nice little beardo weirdo wearing an anorak, and we also have where'd he go? We have an ambassador. Oh, he's not an alien ambassador. He's just a guy wearing a sash, unarmed. He's got golden apple there, some kind of sphere of office. And one more, he's not an unarmed civilian. He's a prang, and you can get a whole range of these guys. They're fantastic. I've got at least 1 squad of these guys, and he's got his nice little briefcase. So there's your MacGuffin right there. If you have a snatch and grab mission, don't be surprised if this frog-headed boy makes an appearance. I think that's it for the civilians. He's kind of civilian-esque. He's got a flight suit, so he's going to join the rest of my pilots. So if I have any mech pilot needs, that's what that'll be for. We have a couple more aliens here. We got a nice foghorn hogleg here. What a great little chicken miniature. I've got a backyard full of chickens. You might hear them going off from time to time. So what can I say? I'm a sucker for a good chicken alien. And to complete the set, we've got Poochie, who had to go back to his home planet because his home planet needed him, and his home planet needed him to grab his gun and help defend it. So one more alien, kind of fun. And then I think, is this guy an alien too? Let's take a look. Nope, he's just a brother. He's just a techie. Unarmed, so he can do either as a civilian, or maybe we use him as a technician in a game of Void Pirates. He certainly does look the type. So let's go ahead and take a look at our ladies now. This is definitely from the Ion Age. They've got a series of space knights who are heavily armored, and she's got some kind of power fist, it looks like, and some kind of assault rifle. So she's kind of a looker, you know. She's got the shoulder-length hair, and she is ready for business. We've got, where are the rest of my ladies at? I got a bunch of them. Here's another one. You know, I got daughters. They like to play these things with me. So she's got a nice tiger stripe or black and white stripe. Oh, no, she goes with, she's a match set. She's Miss McCloskey, as inspired, ripped from the headlines, and she's got a husband here that doesn't appreciate people coming on their property. His shirt's a little more pink than shows up here on the old webcam that I'm using, my cheap and dirty cell phone. So there you go. A couple of high-powered lawyers get in trouble because they like to flash their guns when maybe they should not have. But we'll let the courts decide that because we're too busy having a good time with... Let's see, yep, nope. Well, is this a lady? Yeah, look at her. So we got a dual-wielding swords here. So again, she's wearing some nice little power armor. She's got the suitable cape, and man, we like capes. You know, old Miss McCloskey over here is wearing a cape, and it wouldn't be, I mean, capes are just so in-fitting with, you know, capes and laser swords, man. That's where it's at. Your science fantasy, there is, sky's the limit. When you're handling both capes and laser swords. So now we're going to move into our dude heroes. Got a whole lot of different looks for these guys, you know, from the plain and dirty. Although I say that as I show you, I've got a lot of guys with the red jackets with yellow. Red and yellow is just so bright and appropriate. He's wearing some kind of armor, and he's got one of the comically oversized guns. But hey, we're playing in 15 millimeter. You know, I want to be able to see these things. So when we have our political commissar show up with his big fuzzy cap, hey, I want you guys to run over there. One of you gets the gun, one of you gets the bullet. When the guy with the gun gets shot, the guy with the bullet picks up the gun and loads it, and then you're ready to shoot at the bad guys. So our space commies have somebody if they need, and then we just run down a few more hero types. That is a comically large gun. Old blind Carl there, his mask seems to be a little higher than I wear mine every time I go to the store and get yelled at because I forgot to put it over my face. Look at that hand cannon. Look at that. It's going to break his arm if he shoots that. But hey, it's very pulpy. That's the way we play here. We got some some general partisans here doing the is that stop moving, or is he like raising a hand in resistance? That's for the space cops to decide. And then we got another guy, nice little beardo weirdo. Oh, he's actually got his helmet in his hands there. These not quite beakies, because this is Ion Age, not the big boys. We like the smaller guys. We like the mom and pop outfits. I was looking at some more Kickstarters for the big box games, and I was, really struck by a figure like this. You can tell this was carved by a person with tools and a bright light, and he risked eye strain, and he, bop, bop, bop. Everything about this guy just oozes character. Look at that defiant attitude. And I don't know who sculpted this, but he put a little bit of himself in here. He put a little bit of his personality in here, and it just jumps out. Whenever I see pictures of the CAD-designed miniatures, they just don't have the same amount. They just don't have the soul of a figure that is hand carved. I've been watching a couple of guys show how they carve miniatures. Here we go. We got another brother. He looks a little uglier in camera than he does in person. He may actually be wearing some kind of a weird flesh mask now that I look at it. Nice dark green, but I mean, it's a little rough around the edges, and it's rough around the edges in the way that all of us are rough around the edges. All of these figures, they don't have the clean, straight, clinical lines of figures that are designed in CAD, and everything is carefully tweaked, mathematically perfect, and just a little bit too perfect. It's the difference between an airbrushed model who looks like a mannequin and the girl next door. I'm a girl next door kind of guy, and that's why I like these kind of hand-carved miniatures that are spun up in an actual press rather than just printed by a computer. Everything's computers and everything's bland, and I'm not going to say everything's terrible, because everything is not terrible. I mean, look at these guys. These guys are great. Everybody from Robo Santa to my rock and roll forever to my little pooches. They're going to go, I keep teasing this to you, they're going to see some use when we break out probably the best game that's ever been written for doing a He-Man style game. It's called, what is it called? Rogue Planet. Wow, that's embarrassing. I love the game, and I'm just drawing a mental. I'm an old man. What can I tell you? Rogue Planet. When you have Rogue Planet, let's suppose this old praying ambassador is my hero. Your leader gets 3 little followers that kind of run around with him, and when he moves, they move. And each one of these guys is treated kind of like hit points, but also like a special ability. So for animals, if he's got a little pack of wild dogs here, if this was a building, he would have a special rule where you could say, you know what? Normally, you have to move into hand-to-hand combat to engage, who is this guy? Captain Wallop. He can stop, and he can say, go get him, doggos. And these dogs can come around the corner and engage in hand-to-hand combat with his skills. So it basically gives him an extra, 4-inch range on melee combat. And then as he fights, if he does 1 hit point to this guy, you just remove 1. And once you get down to that last one, okay, now he's lost his 3 hit points, he's lost his special abilities. And the fun part about that is that you can give whatever kind of guys you want. So maybe I say, oh, you know what, I want 1 special and I want 2 extra shots. Or maybe these guys are ammo carriers that give them a +1 for damage. So now he sends this guy around the corner, and if that guy dies, he's still got 2 hit points, and he's still got his extra ammo carrier, so he still does whatever, with extra +1 damage, at least until these guys are gone. So it's a great little system, and I love that little subsystem in Rogue Planet. When you see me talk about it, you'll see it might be a bridge too far. It might have 1 too many subsystems, but that's for you to decide when we get to that review, and that's still a few months away because I've got a city to finish, and I've got a Void Planets campaign to finish, and I've got so much great stuff to share with you, and I'm just excited to do it, and I hope you're excited to be here. And if you are, do the YouTube shuffle. You know what I'm talking about. There's the stuff down over here, and there's comments, and there's bells, and boop, 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 do all that stuff. And if you do, I'd be grateful. And if you just can't be bothered, hey, life is complicated. I get it. Don't sweat it. Do what you do. Everything's going to be okay. God bless you.